Today we'll be discussing how to find the right real estate attorney. You know, every real estate investor needs the right attorney, and you'll probably need them sooner than later. So let's get to it. All right, in this episode, we're going to talk about where to look for these attorneys, what to look for in these attorneys, and then I'm going to show you some extra added benefits that you might not even know exist. When you're talking to attorneys, you might pick up a little side something that you weren't counting on. So stick with us. So what are you looking for in an attorney? Now, this depends on what you want that attorney to do for you. See, attorneys, when you look up online or in the internet or back in the old days in the yellow pages, they made a long list of things they could do for you. Basically, they were saying, if you have a need for an attorney, call us. And if we can't do it, we'll sub it out to someone else and get you covered. But what we really want to know is, what is their specialty? What are they the best at? In this real estate investing arena, there are a lot of different specialties that we need. We might need an eviction attorney. We might need a foreclosure attorney. We might need someone to do contracts and contractual law. We might need someone to affidavit or different things. We might need people to do adverse possession law for us. There's a whole list. So my advice to you is find the one that specializes in exactly what you want, because we've got no time for mediocrity here. We have to have people that know exactly what they're doing in exactly the venue we're in. So if the attorney you're speaking with does not specialize in what you need them to specialize in, then don't be afraid to ask that attorney, who do you know that specializes in X? Because I really need this. Attorneys will refer each other all the time. You'll find it's a closely knit little town or little organization. The world gets really small in these little circles, and they'll know exactly who to refer you to. And they'll refer you to someone they trust and believe in, and hopefully will get you exactly what you need. So I think everyone's going to Google attorneys and Google the specialty that they want, but where's some other places to look? I find that if you get in the local real estate investment clubs in your state, and when I say in your state, it's because the attorney you're looking for, the very best attorney, let's say for mobile homes, may not be an attorney in your city, but he's got to be licensed in your state. So let's expand the search and look into real estate clubs across the state and start sending out messages or chats in the chat box or wherever you can communicate. Who is the top attorney specializing in mobile homes in the state of Texas? And when you start seeing the same name come up over and over again, you probably have your guy. Also, when it's time to visit with this attorney, the one whose name keeps coming up all the time, be sure to call him and ask for a free consult. You know, most attorneys are willing to meet with someone once for a half hour or 40 minutes to see if you're a good fit, to see if he can really accommodate you, to see if things might work out for the long run, and maybe he'll have a client in you for a long time. So it's not unusual for people and attorneys to give free consults. Now, here's the coolest thing about a free consult, and this is leading into that extra benefit that we mentioned a little earlier on. When you get your free consult, you're going to have to explain your business. Now, we know that you're going there because you have a mobile home and some specific thing you need to do with the mobile home, and you're talking to this guy because his name keeps coming up because he's a mobile home attorney, and you've been chatting with people across the state through the internet, and his name keeps coming up, but now you're going to get to have a free consult with him. And you don't have to travel to where he's at. You could have this free consult on Zoom. Okay? But whether you're meeting in person or on Zoom or however you're meeting, you're going to have to explain your business to him. And this is where it gets interesting. See, that little extra added benefit is that you may find some private money in this room. So when you're explaining your business to this attorney, you're going to have to explain to him from the very beginning what your business is. You know, I find these mobile homes and then I use this borrowed money at 6 and 7 and 8% to buy these mobile homes. And this money is wrappable and it's collateral only, non-recourse. and you're explaining all about this money, and you'll never borrow more than 65% of what you can sell the property for, and you always give your private lender a first lien. When you're talking to this attorney about how your business works and going to get to the point of why you specifically need him in this one instance, but may need him over and over in other instances, you have to explain your business. Use this opportunity to explain to the attorney where you're finding your money, how you're treating the people that loan you money, how much you're paying the people that loan you money, and how they're protected by a first lien and by the loan to value ratios that you use that are so conservative. And don't be surprised if you go through a lot of attorneys and don't find the specialist you need, but you do find some private money. This is all covered in my course, Private Money Changes Everything. Exactly the step-by-steps. It's about 7 steps. You learn how to master those 7 steps, how to walk a person, whether it be an attorney, whoever, it doesn't matter. You learn how to walk them through these stages and just show them how you treat your private lenders, and then eventually get to the issue that you're having on this day that you wanted to have the consult about. You see, I discovered this by accident. When I went to an attorney once upon a time, and I was going with a very specific problem, but I decided I'll just start from the beginning and tell this person how my business works so he understands the frame that I'm in. And then I went on to talk about the specific problem. But he couldn't help me with the specific problem, but he did want to talk to me about loaning me money or getting some of his clients that needed these kind of returns introduced to me so that they could benefit from the rate of returns that I was giving. So then the light bulb went off in my head. I said, wow, maybe I should make free consults for lots of attorneys on lots of different issues. A, because I need attorneys for these issues. But B, maybe I'll walk out of this room with some private money. So about $26 million later in private money, it does work, I can tell you. So before we get to that little extra added benefit, if this episode's been helpful to you, or episodes that you've been watching have been helpful to you, please hit that like button and hit that share button. And of course, you'll want to subscribe because there is a lot more content where this comes from. I hope you found this episode helpful. I want to thank you for staying to the end. And because you stayed at the end, I want to offer you a free webinar. It's called Private Money Changes Everything. And it ties in nicely with this episode because I took my lessons from talking to attorneys on free consults and I developed a little routine. And I'm passing that routine on to you in this webinar called Private Money Changes Everything. And it shows you how to walk through the scenarios. So all you have to do is go to 1000houses.com/free-stuff and scroll up and down the homepage there and you will see the webinar, Private Money Changes Everything. Click on it and you will be on your way.